Hey guys, 2Kill here. Today we're playing Pillars of Eternity. The Baldur's Gate series was one of my all-time favorites, so this for me was an instant purchase and I couldn't wait to get started. This video is of the first hour of gameplay, including character creation and the introduction quests. There are tons of options, not only in the character creation, but even in the dialogue. I don't want to get too excited too soon, but it already looks like another game where I would enjoy multiple playthroughs. So my videos are from my live Twitch broadcast, so you may hear me interacting with some viewers. That's pretty typical of all my videos. But anyways, I hope you enjoy the video and don't forget to subscribe to see more of Pillars of Eternity. So I was a big fan of the Baldur's Gate series, so I'm really hoping this is pretty similar.
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Alrighty then. I'm already sick. So what I want, let's go male. Fighter, let's go race. Okay, next. Human has, let's see, the most common race. I actually want to see the classes first before I pick godlike. Let's go human, what classes are there? Monk, holy shit, I definitely want to do monk. It's either monk or rogue. I think I'm going monk. I love the monk, was my favorite class in Baldur's Gate. So what does a monk stat need? Stealth, health, deflection, accuracy, endurance. What does resolve do? Let's see. Resolve reflects a character's internal drive, determination, fearlessness, and emotional intensity. They can project to others. It can be useful for mental intimidation, leadership, and convincing performances. Aquatic race, might, negative dexterity, dexterity and perception. So that's pretty good for a monk, perception and dexterity. So it's either human or elf in my opinion. Let's go elf. Increase burn and freeze damage reductions. We'll go pale elf. It's kind of like a dark elf. This ability exploits shared bonds of the universal suffering between all beings. The initial target is hit with a powerful blow and does an additional crush damage. Enemies in the cone behind the target suffer crush damage. Let's do that one. AoE right away. Might. Plus damage and healing. Perception. Monks have huge, they rely on a lot of saves. So I kind of like perception for them. Will and deflection. What is this? Deflection and reflex. So we'll do the highly recommended for now. Let's go 18 dex, 16 constitution, and 2 might. Maybe I want to do 14, 16, 16. Let's do that a little bit more well-rounded. The Living Lands is a mountainous region of the Northern Island, renowned for its diversity of plant-animal life. Its weather is unpredictable, and ecosystems vary dramatically from valley to valley. The Living Lands are home to an assortment of races of colonial independent settlements. We'll go with the might bonus. Wow, so many options. Survival. What does survival do? Better to use foods and potions, they find. Lore. Characters accumulated miscellaneous knowledge and trivia. For scrolls. Counters effect of accrued fatigue, allowing characters to go farther and fight longer before they suffer penalties. Climbing, swimming, and jumping. And then mechanics. That's for traps. Stealth and survival. Athletics and lore. Lore and mechanics. Kind of like the mercenary. To be a badass mercenary, dude. Lore and survival or lore and athletics. Go with the lore and athletics. We'll go mercenary. Mercenary monk. Dude, it kind of looks like a chick. Oh, definitely going with the stash. Looks like a beast right there.
Yeah.
Now I am the leader of the group.
Sinister, Stoic. Well, we can make them female voice.
Let us end this!
What the hell?
I've got this.
Let's keep quiet.
Yes.
I shall lead us.
Bring them down!
Nice and slow.
What is it?
Let's go Stoic. I mean Sinister. Enter name. We'll just name them we took. Alright. Journey to the Gilded Vale. The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods. and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks over you. I guess we're sick right now.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Sparful nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. Where would I find these berries?
Grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
What are those ruins?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
Who did build the ruins?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Is it dangerous?
Not if you hurry about your business. And not if the weather holds up.
What kind of weather?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beawick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to.
What are these huge rocks coming out of the ground?
They don't got Audra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Damn straight. Alright, let's go find those berries.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
Scanned over the travelers, resting his eye on a lengthy, sturdy, armored-clad woman who has spent the journey's night sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow. She's gonna be cranky as shit.
Kalisha!
Woman looks up on her own time.
He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Welcome to Pillars of Eternity. If this is your first visit to the world of Aora, you may want to watch these windows and become familiar with the tools and interfaces available to you. Your party always consists of characters and up to 5 additional companions or adventurers. While the caravan is camped outside Glanfathan ruins, Odema has assigned Kaliska to help you. Kaliska is a fighter, a class that excels in close quarters defense. Use your abilities to complement your own. To select a party member, click on their portrait. To select a party member, click on their selection circle, their portrait, or press the number button that is corresponded to the position in the party. Starting with 1 at the left to selecting multiple parties, click and hold anywhere on the screen to drag the marquee over the circles of the party members you'd like to include. Oh my god. To move, click anywhere on the screen, blah blah blah. See a red circle, just last way you cannot walk to that part of the map. Multiple party members are selected, the action bar is hidden. To see individual character options, select only that character. Okay.
What is it?
So let's see, I just want to see if F5 is a save. Okay, so we've got the quick save down. Okay, so tab. Alt is scouting mode is for stealth and finding hidden objects like traps and secret containers. While scouting, your character selection circles will start to fill up with a yellow character when a character is starting to detect them. Once the circle fills yellow, the character is suspicious and will move to investigate. While the circle fills red, if the circle becomes fully red, your character will be discovered. A character's ability to find hidden objects is based on his or her mechanic skill. Moving toward a character accelerates how quickly they will detect you. If you actually touch the selection circle with your character you own, you will immediately be detected. Okay, so Alt is stealth mode, I suppose. So let's see, this is attack, cancel, select all, formation, camp, scouting, inventory, what do I have? To shield away from myriad parallels, the plague of Eora. Can I equip it? I guess so. What is this? Miniature space piglet. So it's just a companion. Map. Okay, nice. Character. 15, 16, 16, 11, 10, 10. 1 stealth, 2 athletics, 1 lore, 1 survival. This is why I like Monk. You get tons of like passives. "46 minutes? I haven't even played this game for 46 minutes. Stronghold. You don't own a stronghold yet. Okay. And that's the options. Alright, I think we got it. Let's go ahead and get moving then. Light armor. Five crush, pierce, burn, corrode, recovery speed -20. I think this one I had on was better. Yep. Okay.
What is it? Of course.
Okay, actually I need to turn that option on now. Where was it at? Cage cursor, there we go. Game wasn't scrolling. Most people you encounter in the world are
Anyone
neutral
need
friendly.
supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
You can interact with them by clicking on their selection circle. You see a man wearing a simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear on the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road. Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Who are you?
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
Let's go with the passionate. If it not look like that, I'm sure you'll do well. You now have 1 rank in the Disposition Reputation. These reputations represent how people perceive your personality throughout the world. Even seemingly nasty reputation will be favored by some people, and benign reputations often bring out the worst in certain people. No disposition is inherently good or bad in Pillars of Eternity, but if your main character is a priest or paladin, you must be careful not to misalign the dispositions with what is favored by their deity. And in order... What was I? In order, their deity and order, respectively. For the main character only, their dispositions will modify the effects of holy radiance for priests and faith and conviction for paladins.
Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night.
Hey, why'd you move out here?
Because it seemed friendlier than Raid Ceres? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
You got the short end of the stick. I don't see it that way. My brothers and I are all working together for the sake of the family enterprise. Tell me about the Adir Empire.
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raid Ceres and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire. A fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
Let's see what you got, dude. I don't think I have any money. Stores allow you to trade, sell your items for copper pieces, or items in the store's inventory. Merchants buy items from you at greatly reduced price. If you sell something, you may see it appear in the store's inventory with much higher costs. Stores periodically refresh their inventories. I believe I have 100 gold. And as a monk, I don't really need a weapon. Just yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and just skip this. Alright, let's move along. Exploration is the key to Pillars of Eternity. Make yourself, as you make your reach through the Eastern Reach, open the area map to see what parts of the map you've already been to and what's left to explore. Alright, dude, what are you about?
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's
Yes.
not going anywhere.
I'll take care of it.
The path winds through a narrow canyon back the way you came.
We shouldn't stray too far.
Grooves of the rock mark the passage of hundreds of caravans.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
Whoa, we got a wolf. Pillars of Eternity combat uses a pausable real-time system because you will often manage more than one character at a time. It is a good idea to pause the game, issue orders, and then reassume real time. The options menu contains many choices for automatic pausing when certain conditions are met. So we want the warrior, obviously, to go and attack.
Well, as you wish.
All characters in the game, friend or foe, have a primary defense against attacks, deflection, fortitude, reflex, and will. These defenses are based on the character's attributes, levels, items, and other effects. Accuracy is compared to the appropriate defenses when an attack is made. If accuracy is below the target defense, the attack suffers a penalty to the roll and is likely to result in a miss. If accuracy is above the target defense, the attack is more likely to result in a crit. That's pretty typical D&D stuff. It's talking about the damage reduction. And damage types.
Yes. As you wish. No prisoners! Well?
You scored a crit, better result than a hit, and they are more likely to occur when the attack accuracy is higher than the attack's target defense. Attacks that do damage will do more damage on a crit. Attacks that inflict status effects afflictions will have increased duration on a crit. Grazes are worse than hits, and suffer will decrease. Okay? Got it.
Of course.
This is it.
As you receive quests, your journal will update with the relevant information. If you ever get stuck, open it up to review your notes. You look like you've seen a share of action. What did you do before you came out here? So I'm a mercenary. I was a blade for hire. I go wherever there's money, dude. You do what you can to survive. What else can someone be expected to do? Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Raredick's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You're here to settle, like the rest of the lot. I hadn't given it much thought. No harm in that. Might as well see the place first. So you must have some other plan in mind for coming this way. I'm going to find some new friends. Getting in trouble. Ha, you come to the right country. This whole place is crawling with troublemakers. It's a point of pride for them. Anyways, I'm wasting time here. Well, them will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? My sister moved out here sometimes back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried, but that's all she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. Haven't seen her in ages. Been doing a guide work in Smithville, but I do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me, so I'm here, and we'll see. What a man I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive her out this way, but he's doing it for me. What about yourself? I've got simple needs. I like to open skies, far horizons. I find that work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Drywood, but my parents ended up living in the lands. I've got a brother in Rautia and another in Adir. My sister is in the Gilded Vale. She's the only real homebody. What can you tell me about Drywood? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, I used to be part of the Adir Empire. Broke off after war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. Alright, let's get back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Spartle's getting you water anytime soon. He does what he feels like when he feels like it. We should check up on him first. Slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get you water.
Yes, I'll take care of it.
Fast mode. Here's a stream. It's easy on the other side of the bridge. Kinda just want to explore. Travelers or looters or bandits. Bad sign any way you figure it. Right, we'll cross the bridge. See what trouble awaits.
Went hunting. At least you left the water skins. Come on.
Use the tab key to highlight. Okay, I got that down. Come to the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water while Kaliska waits nearby, keeping a watch as your eyes notice her look up sharply toward the tree line. Out of the tree emerges Sparkle, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there is strangeness to his gait. A spastic wobble in his ordinary deft stride as he moves towards you with a labored breath.
Sparful? Are you alright?
Farfar's toe catches on a rock, and he collapses forward in a heap. Feather shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag.
Ambush!
Okay. Alright, dudes. Sometimes a weapon or spell simply isn't suited to penetrating an enemy's damage reduction. While attack hits the DR will wipe out all but a small percentage of the incoming damage. You'll hear your character complain when it happens. Take heed and note the type of damage that's being blocked and switch weapons or spells.
Curse your eyes! Bring them down! What is it?
Come on, we have to get back to camp.
Let me loot first. Hunting bow, height armor.
Of course.
Gold. I want to freaking explore, dude. I don't want to go back to camp. Beer? Of course, we want the beer. Got them shrooms. Footprints around the campfire are indistinct and may have been here for days or longer. You know what? I need to see if there's an option to kind of like auto center when you move. That's not what I wanted. Oh my god, that's not what I wanted either. Okay, so I guess you're just supposed to use the arrows. That's fine. A little faster, it's better. It's actually moving really slow before. Oh shit.
Yes.
We got a heal, endurance, and weapon sets. I don't think I can use that yet.
What is it?
One of your characters becomes fatigued and represents the physical and psychological wear and tear of the demanding activity on the character builds up over time, and if the characters travel and explore, and especially when they engage in combat, sometimes scripted interactions also result in fatigue if they are especially grueling. Athletic skill automatically slows onset fatigue from any source. Fatigue goes through multiple stages, initially inflicting minor penalties but growing in severity over time. Resting is the easiest way to remove the effect of fatigue, though some consumables can also lower the fatigue total. So I'm lower that music volume.
Well,
Get the monk behind.
bring them down!
Usually they can't dodge as well from behind. In D&D? Wow, that's a lot of loot. Is that area looting? Looks like it's area looting.
What is it? Of course.
Well, this is the camp. Looks like the camp got messed up. Galactic and leader, all around you lie the massacred remains of other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and the bug-eyed filthy on the blood-damp earth. Calliska puts the back of her left hand to her mouth, as if toward the horror like poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and back and heads jerking their axes from bodies as if it's half-split logs are prepared to add you to the sprawling pile beneath them. One of them, towering and severe with thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man you recognize as Heodin, the last of your caravan left standing. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. The ruin has not been soiled by our hands, men of Elgrif. Diplomatic. We have not trespassed when we really wish to pass through. Honest. Diplomatic. Passionate or rational. You will try to kill us either way, or I make it easy. The man gives a slight sideways nod of his head, perhaps acknowledging the suitness of your response. Many things may happen. The only one you can be sure of is that if you hold your weapons, I will drain his blood upon the ground. So I say again, lay down your arms. We are innocent in this. Will you not listen to reason? Only a fool attacks a weak enemy while a strong one yet lives. Judging by the string of animal teeth around your neck, I am guessing you are a worshipper of Galwin. If Galwin told you to stop protecting the ruins, would you? I am unarmed. He shoves Heodin toward you. As he does, the man rakes his blade against Heodin's torso. Heodin screams and stumbles forward. A wide gash in his clothing begins to bloom crimson. The man sets his feet to engage you, and his axe raised high. You know what? Let's fuck these dudes up real quick. Holy shit. Ouch, when a party member is reduced to 0 endurance, they are knocked out. This means they are out of the fight, but as long as your side is victorious, it will regenerate their endurance when combat ends. Even though endurance regenerates after combat, health does not. Keep an eye on the bar on the left of the character's portrait. Okay, see that? To prevent them from becoming maimed or killed. The enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise. His companion is now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasp. He looks not at you, but the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good, the gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin like a jetty beginning to succumb to the surge of a great wave, and where it pierces you, it feels as though it's rendering you apart from within. Seated against a wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across the chest and bow, Odema's body stirs, and with great effort he rises, sagging his head. His eyes barely open. He looks at you. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
Run! Training against a gale that threatens to pull you off the feet with every step. You set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up in the precipice. With the last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Heodin trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of his fallen attackers who had been feigned death lunges for Heodin and topples him onto the rocky ground. The restrained Heodin lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. His hold? I think they forgot an H there. Without a weapon in your hands, you can do little to help him from where you stand. Dude, we're gonna throw rocks. Grab a rock and hurl it at the attacker. Your aim is true, and the hit jars Heodin loose. Lurching to his feet, Heodin clambers up to the base of the rocks as he's near to the top. However, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold long enough for Heodin to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There's a deep renaissance to the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath you, your feet, and inside of the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances as you dart beneath the old archway. The entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. Loading, please wait.
Was that?
A Bewick. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside. Can you walk?
He nods. The ruins of Salient Lists. What is this? Lower level of the ruins has been blocked by the fallen rubble.
What is it?
Go ahead and do a quick save here.
Of course.
That should be far enough. But what now?
Storm has to die sometime.
You don't seem too upset about all this. She looks you into the eye, a volatile current running beneath her voice. Maybe you just don't know me enough to know what upset looks like. Maybe I've seen worse too, seen worse and kept on walking because there's nothing else to be done, because there's other people you care about who still need you. What about our caravan? Kaliska purses her lips together and her chin rumples, her voice is faint. The wheels got a hold of them now. She looks up. Gods grant them better luck in their next lives. So what happened? She shakes her head. Windstorm of a kind. You only get in Ir Glanfith. Not too many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. The Glanfithin word is Biawak. To them, it's the gods' way of reaping the souls of the land that couldn't find their own way out. But they'll take a living soul as soon as a dead one still got yours. So who attacked us? Glanfithians. Glanfithins? I don't know how to say that. Those be the hut dwellers, what Emma warned you about. Look to be Fangs of Gallowin, who are the twitchiest of the lot. They go ruin to ruin, looking for fights with colonists. Poor Odema, I think he half expected this once we lost the main road. The Galaficans said we trespassed the ruins. I don't believe that. Odema would never allow it. But as much as the Fangs are hotheads, Galaficans don't attack without being provoked. Either they saw something and got the wrong idea, or... She glances down in the passage beyond. There's looters in here with us. That's not something we need right now. Alright, let's get going. Eden takes a step forward and his knees buckles, and before anyone can catch him, he stumbles to the ground, his cheek striking the time-worn cobble. On unsteady legs, he claws his way up to the wall, back to his feet, but his stance is shaky like a sailor walking on land after a time at sea.
Could we maybe stay here and rest a few hours? I've lost some blood. Seems quiet off to the left. Might be a place to rest there.
Forward to stay put. Those Glonfathans were riled about something. Could be we got company in here. Looters will be armed and ready to kill, and there's probably a lot of them. We can't be caught sleeping in their beds.
Please, I just need to lie down for a while.
Hey, we are gonna die in here if we don't get moving and get this place figured out before the looters come back. We've either got to find the exit or a damn good place to hide.
Fuck, she's right, dude. Kaliska's right. We have to press on. We don't know what we're up against.
I'll do my best.
Well? Of
I don't need that
course.
dude anyways. I'm a monk, dude. Monk and soul games like this. What the hell? A trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobby elbow and thin ribs show through its scaly flesh, but you recognize it as a Zarup. It watches you cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs. I won't hurt you. Zarup recoils, fingers still wrapped tightly around its spear. The creature cocks its head and approaches you, a soft clicking sound emanating from the back of its throat. The creature sniffs around you and finds nothing of interest. It steps back and resumes its defensive posture. Raise your arms and stand still. The creature cocks its head and approaches you. Let's back away. So we'll come back here. Maybe there's something in here that we need to find in order to help that dude.
Look at the tiles. What are those symbols?
The Eastern Reach is a dangerous place full of lurking enemies and carefully concealed secrets. Enable scouting mode to move stealthily and search for hidden objects like traps and secret doors.
They won't see me coming.
Oh god, I move so slow.
That roundish symbol. I'm pretty sure I saw it on one of the tiles back there.
A symbol of a patterned circle is inscribed on this pillar. Another brazier sits at its base. It could be lit if you had the means. Patterned circle. What is this one? Interwoven rings. Black ooze. What the hell?
So much for you.
Polax. So what is he, a rogue? I guess he's a rogue.
What's that muck on the wall?
Viscous and oily, this muck clings to anything that it touches. Viscous slick, something dark and tar-like runs down this wall. The shapes and bulges in its ooze suggest that something lies beneath it, but you can't tell what. Let's use the water skin. You rinse the ooze away, revealing an intricate relief of a man's face. The sunburst surrounding has its chipped away in places, but the details of its head, from the tight curls of the hair to the ridge of his pointed ears, still showcase remarkable craftsmanship. One eye socket is empty, a gem fits the other.
What is it?
What is
Take
it?
care of it.
Let's go find a gem. The mural must be ancient, yet the colors are still bright and vivid. Okay, let's head back the way we came.
Wonder who was here. See if they left anything useful behind.
See, we got camping supplies, a mace, and a hammer and chisel. What is that for? Chipping away at hard surfaces, particularly ones that display structural weaknesses. Okay. A shield and a torch. Let's go ahead and quick save here. I'm going to try the other door up here. Bow, leather armor, relief gem, a torch, and a tattered journal. Can't believe my luck. A few rounds of dice and I've got my hands on a genuine and wicked artifact. Fellow who had it said it was pretty nothing. As far as he's concerned, he's not willing to go digging in some ruins. But if he was right about this gem leading to a hidden treasure, that's worth sneaking past a few painted elves. I'll head to the Clint's list in the morning. This was just a matter of finding the relief he was talking about.
I'm no pack mule. Let's offload this junk.
So we know where to use that at. At least we assume we know. Place the gem in the eye socket. Chamber begins to rumble, stray rocks dancing the floor of the tile. Finally, a large section of the wall gives away. Ooze. What do we got? Minor Cloak of Protection, Amethyst, and Audra. Organic material, crystalline in structure but shell-like the substance. Audra can be found glowing up through the ground in the veins of many parts of the aura. Easy to carve and manipulate. It is a favorite of the jewelers and as seen as a semi-precious stone, it is often cut more intricately and beautifully than other gems. I guess that's all that was for. Okay. Okay. Still gotta figure out this puzzle. Let's actually explore over here a little bit more. Do you hear that? A whelp. What the hell is this? Fat loot. Where's the loot? There it is. Ear and meat. Okay. A hatchet. A crack runs from the wall from floor to the ceiling. A light gust of air passes through it. You use the hammer and chisel to weaken the wall. You set to work, the cracks lengthen and widen in your efforts, but the process is more taxing than you'd expect. Sweat beads your forehead and your muscles begin to ache. Continue to chisel the wall. After several long moments, you begin to see a light on the other side. With one final tap, several blocks of stone shift and tumble loose, clearing a gap just wide enough to blast through. My team is pretty fatigued now.
I could scout ahead. See what's around the corner.
He wants to scout
You
ahead.
won't see me coming. Yes.
How can I help?
What? Dude, run away. You're gonna get fucked. That's fine. I think we have enough deeps.
Well? Of course.
We got deeps here. We don't need no scouting, dude.
I think we found an exit. Sounds like the storm paths, too.
Alright, so we found an exit, it said? Or she thinks we found an exit.
Kill them all!
No, big spider.
Bring them down!
How can I help?
Oh my god. Ugh.
Ah! Curse your eyes!
What you need?
Knockdown. Never mind. The spider kind of fucked me.
Well? Of course.
Helm. Helmets come in many forms, from humble padded cap to a fully enclosed steel grade helms. Different cultures tend toward different styles of helmet, but outside the regiment, armies, the type of helmet an individual wears comes down to personal preference. Alright, since we got all this figured out, let's head down here and figure out this little riddle we have.
I'll have your eyes for that one.
And the character's health bar is flashing red. So I'm guessing everyone's dead because I did that. Yes, sir, Bob. And that's why we autosave.
Well?
Kinda had a hunch that might happen. I didn't think it was gonna instant kill. Let's see what this little dude has any updates. Give the meat to the creature. Produce a piece of scouter meat from your pack and toss it onto the floor. The rope's nostrils flare at the scent of the fresh meat, and its eyes dart between you and the food. It creeps toward the prize, shoving the spear into your grip and snatching the meat with both hands at the last moment. Its gullet quivers as it devours the flesh in noisy chomps. Continues to gnaw on cartilage and tendons. Can we grab this real quick? Hunting bow and a lockpick. Alright, so I guess we're good with him. Easy peasy. Alright, I guess let's just start lighting this shit up.
Yes.
That's all this was an alternate route. That kind of sucks. Whoops. Nope, nope. Guess it was just a shortcut.
What is it?
Alright, I think I'm satisfied to leave here now.